Hello everyone, I am back. I am so sorry that it is a little bit late, but this is a collective reading for June. Okay, so this is the energies and what is like kind of going on with the human collective right now, and what we're going to like really be experiencing with these energies, because there is a lot going on in June. If you are unaware, there is two eclipses, there is some retrogrades, there is a lot going on in June. So, of course, me being the curious soul that I am, I had to know what is going on. And of course, I don't want to keep this to myself. I want us all to know, so that way we have some insight and some knowledge. So that way, when we go through these energies, we have a better understanding and we have a better tool set to get through them. Okay, another thing I want to mention is thank you for supporting my channel. I am so grateful for everyone that does watch my channel. I really feel guided to put these messages out there for people, and I do believe that the people that need them will find it. So I do want to say thank you so much for watching my channel. I am very, very grateful. Second thing, I apologize for the camera angle, okay? I am going to get a better stand and lighting for you all. So, you know, things are going to be changing on the channel a little bit and getting better quality for you guys. What else do I have? Okay, so this is the collective reading here. I do want to do something different at the end. I'd like to grab some extra messages from Spirit, from the divine, same, but you know, and then I want, these are affirmation cards, but I want to kind of get a personal message for you as a viewer from that deck. Okay, so the deck I am using today is the Cosmic Reading Oracle cards. Okay, so these are actually soul activation cards. So I thought, perfect, absolutely perfect. Okay, when I started sitting down and getting into a state to deliver and get these messages, I was feeling a sense of excitement, and then it kind of like went like this, and I let that go. And then anyways, as the reading came out, I can now see why the energy is a bit like this, because there is a lot to celebrate, but there is lots of releasing and healing that is also being done at the same time. There's a lot going on. Okay, so the first card that I got out here, oh my gosh, if I can pick it up, here we go, is Be Fearless. And it's a number 3 card, okay? So this talks about the balancing of the mind, the body and the soul, the clearing and cleansing of the mind, the body and the soul. Okay, and there's also a quote that came up when I seen this card, and it's, do you really want to look back on your life and see how wonderful it could have been if you hadn't have been afraid to live it fully? And that is so true, because our fears can get in the way and stop us from achieving our goals sometimes. And this is not the age of suppressing that. We are releasing those fears. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is imagine what you as a person would be like if you had no fear of any kind. And I'm talking any kind, okay? Now, what does that person look like to you? Because that person is you, and you can be that person. Why not? Why can't you be that person? Because realistically, that is you. You are limitless, okay? Don't hold yourself down to limitation. Remember that fear is only an illusion. Look at your fears and overcome the illusion, because you were born to shine your light and create. Okay? Follow your heart. Don't let fear scare you from the unknown. Just because you don't know what's coming up doesn't mean you need to fear the worst. Trust me when I say times are changing, because they are. We are not repeating past. Okay, we are not repeating the past. This is new energy that we have on this planet, and it supports us fully. This new age of equality, being a united consciousness, okay, we are clearing lower energies so we can make room for new energies, which supports us purely. Trust you are being guided. Trust yourself. Trust you can make the right decisions for yourself. And know that you are learning life. Okay? You're learning the journey of your life. Okay? It's only lessons and blessings. Okay? There's no failure. It's just lesson and blessings. Change your perspective, your attitude, your behavior, what you believe in. Be understanding and compassionate to yourself and others. Do your best, because that is what is expected this time. Just that you do the best you can. Nothing else. Now with this card, the activation for this card, the soul activation is, now you can repeat this. You can go back and repeat it with me. Great Spirit, give me the strength to embrace the fears within with love, compassion and light only. Thank you, Spirit. I am so grateful. And so it is. Our words are so powerful, and the intent behind them. So if you feel guided, go back, say that out loud, and mean it. Okay? This was such a, it was so strong getting that message, because I feel like there is lots of people that are going through certain transitions, and there is fear that comes up, and lots of that fear is just illusion. Just illusion. So our second card that came out is Worlds Within Worlds. Worlds within worlds. What this is talking about is you trusting yourself and knowing you have the answers within you, because we are multi-dimensional beings and we have worlds within worlds inside of us. So anything that you are asking for and wanting to connect to, you can actually tap into. I know that seems like a lot, but seriously, let that sink in. This card is a reminder to look within yourself for the answers. It's great to listen to other people's perspective, but know that it is now time to trust your own knowing. And remember that you know you better than anybody. So you know the answers that you need. Okay? You know the answers that you need. You contain the real answers within yourself and your inner knowing, and use that inner knowing to decipher and interpret what feels right for you. What feels right for you. If it sits right for you, then it's for you. We are masters and creators of our world, and we have worlds within worlds and galaxies within ourselves. And inside of you is the cosmic consciousness, and it is online and ready for you to connect. How you are as a creator will affect your outer world, and we are one. We are one united consciousness. So being a good person really does matter. What you do, what you say, how you act, the intentions behind it, they are all vibrations and frequencies, and it gets sent out. Just because the physical eye doesn't see it doesn't mean that it's not there and it's not known. Because our cells in our body hold vibration, which is our actions and thoughts, and they are felt and heard by our cellular structure, which is within our body, and our cells do not understand sarcasm. So when you say, oh, I'm fat, or oh, I'm ugly, or oh, I'm dumb, your body actually takes that in and stores it and believes it. That's not true. Because to me, you are always braver than what you think. And you are always stronger than what you've seen. We are smarter than what we think, and we are twice as beautiful as we could ever imagine. That's just how I feel. This is how this energy makes me feel. It's just so passionate. Okay, remember to be compassionate and understanding to others. Because we are all going through this. We are all going through our own story, our own release, our own, past, our own shadow sides of things. We are all doing this, whether it's subconsciously or consciously, whether it is spiritually or non-spiritually, it is getting done in some kind of form. And having understanding and compassion for others really does make a difference. It goes such a long way. Okay? Like my dad used to tell me, you treat people the way you want to be treated, regardless of the situation you're in. And it's always stuck with me, because it's true. The more we treat people the way we want to be treated, the more the people that didn't get treated in a good way can start to understand what it's like to be treated in a good way. Because hurt people, and they don't do it, some do it intentionally, but mostly it's because they're hurt, and that's all they know. And that's why holding that understanding, compassion for others, we're not taking it in personally. Like, that's their story, that's who they are. And if we can have a more positive perspective and outlook on things and not take it so personally and judge it and have to be, is it good or bad? What about if it's just neither? What about if it just is? And that's just kind of, it doesn't have to be a side. Just see it as it is and send good, loving energy towards it. There's an affirmation that does go with this card. I am love, expanding and growing in power, clarity and truth. We'll say that again. I am love, expanding and growing in power, clarity and truth. This card also talks about the sacral chakra and the root chakra. So some out there might need to do a cleanse of those chakras, those energy chakras. There's lots of YouTube videos that you can go to, put some headphones on, lay down, close your eyes and just relax and just listen. And you don't have to control, you don't have to do anything, just relax and just listen. And, and just let it release. Okay, this card, there's a lot going on with emotional balance, but with that emotional balance comes the healing. It's really, really beautiful. It's really beautiful. Okay. The balance is the number 2 card. Now, with being fearless, worlds within worlds, and balance, this is just telling me that we are going to break through our fears, change the worlds within worlds with inside of us, and bring and restore balance back into those chakras, connect purely, and be in a state of awareness of evolution and knowing that we are guided for the better. It's nothing to fear anymore. Now, when I seen this card, there was another little quote, and it's, so much energy gets spent on others, now is time to replenish your own energy. I'm going to just repeat it. So much energy gets spent on others, now is the time to replenish your own energy. The need for balance with your inner world. And how funny is that, considering we have the worlds within worlds? Okay, because it is all about our inner world. Changing the energy within us. Your external world is merely a reflection of your inner world. And right now, there is a call for balance and giving and receiving energy. So, this is also talking about the dynamic of giving and receiving. If you are giving too much to a person, situation, relationship, whatever it is, it's an imbalance. There has to be an equal give and take between giving and receiving. Giving too much of yourself is going to end up with a lack of, like, your expectations will get let down, frustration will end up happening, and you will start to feel worthless because it's like you're being taken for granted. It has to have that receiving aspect. You need to be able to learn to receive. I feel like so much of us are givers that we forget how to receive. And when we do receive, we feel the need that we've got to give something back. That's not the case all the time. If you have, say, given to somebody, or you've been, putting a lot of your time and energy into something, and someone all of a sudden wants to give you something or wants to do something for you, let them. Because it's the receiving aspect energy of it. You're giving, so there is, you're having to receive. You're giving, so you have to receive. It's that equal balance, that equal give and take. It's just very important to know that you can't give. It's not healthy to give. We have to receive. We have to be able to give back. And if that person's situation, dynamic, whatever it is not giving back, then let it go. And find the people, the situations, what the environment, whatever it is that does suit you. I just feel so much emotion when it came to this reading. It was actually it feels like it's just very meaningful, and some people might just need this intensity at this time, but it feels intense, but it's how do I explain? It's in such a loving way. It's not like intense chaos. It's just like intense calmness. It's I don't know how that's going to sound, but that's how I'm going to describe it. That's how I'm going to describe it. Okay, so what we need to remember is just to remember that, to receive and not to give too much of ourselves, okay? Because you deserve nothing but the best, and, you deserve to receive and get given back. Because you don't want an unhealthy dynamic where you feel like you have to do something to also, like, say, oh, if I do this, then I'll get this. Like, we also have to have that pure intent behind the things we do. Like, the things we do you don't think of, like, what's the outcome and what am I going to get back out of that situation. The receiving aspect is what comes from, it will definitely be from a different situation, and it'll come in a different way. So having that pure intent go out and knowing you'll receive from the universe. So bringing the balance into our life, okay? But this is just like way more than that. It's not just like balance just in our life. It's balance within our body, within the world, like exactly how I explained it at the start. What else am I feeling? What else am I feeling? So just remember, I think also just remember to focus on you. It is such an important time to focus on yourself, because when you focus on yourself, you start filling up your own cup, and then you're able to give to others, if that makes sense. Because when you give, you're emptying your cup out and it's not getting refilled. So now's the time to focus on yourself, refill your cup so you're able to give back to others if that's, your situation. Notice the people who do uplift you. The people that do uplift you, and the people that do, want what's best for you, and also the people that don't. And if there is people that don't, then just let them go, because at the end of the day, those connections are lower vibrational connections, and those are more than likely lessons that you're learning or have been learnt. Most definitely have been learnt. Yeah, pulling into balance. Okay, we're pulling back into balance. We're learning about the give and take in our lives. Definitely learning about the self-love and how that does bring balance into our life, because the self-love and self-nurturing is definitely key. We are meant to be vulnerable, but because of so much pain and hurt and fear, we close ourselves off, we get guarded. And being vulnerable just means we're being open. Okay, it's just a word, it's not a bad word. It's just you're being open and allowing. And when we shut ourselves off, we generally block our heart chakra. And when we do that, think of it as like a wall. How are you meant to get in if there's a wall there? And that's how, love can't come in if you're wanting to guard it. So we're also releasing a lot out of our heart chakra at the moment for balance. It's just I also feel like solar plexus, like for some reason I feel like the solar plexus. And if anyone out there does like oils, get lemon oil. Okay, I'm feeling like lemon oil. Okay, so like that's where we're at with balance. Having world within worlds and balance, this is definitely telling me we are balancing the worlds within inside of us. That's definitely what this card talks about, and that's what this card talks about. And releasing that fear, releasing those fears, because they just hold us back. They're low vibrational, it holds us back. And generally our fears are because it's something we don't have the knowledge, it's unknown, or it's feared because we don't have enough knowledge about it. Once we start learning things and getting that knowledge, that wisdom, those things aren't fearful anymore, because we have the knowledge, which then becomes power in a good way. Our fourth card is Mother Earth, which is a 2/2. So if you just heard before, we had 2 for balance, so it's 222. Master number, Mother Earth. This lets me know that Mother Gaia, the Earth, is also changing too. She is changing vibrationally, like her frequency, the energy, because we are on her planet. We are part of her energy. If we change, she change. See where I'm going with this? Because we're all part of one big collective, one big whole, one big heartbeat. Sorry, that was pretty cool. Well, I thought so. There is a quote. Can I tell you another quote? I don't know if you're liking the quotes, but I am digging the quotes, okay? The trees are our lungs, the rivers are our circulation, the air our breath, and the earth our body. And that's what I mean by what I just said. We are all one. We are one heartbeat. And that quote is here. Like, I'll read it one more time. I'm sorry, I know. If you don't like it, just skip it like 2 seconds ahead. But the trees are our lungs, the rivers are our circulation, the air is our breath, and the earth is our body. Absolutely amazing. Oh, I'm sorry, there is an ad playing. Okay, skip. Okay, no skip. Yes, skip. Oh my gosh, I can't even press it. Okay, look, we're not skipping. It didn't want to skip. Oh my. Let's try this again. Skip. Oh, we got it. Oh my god, look at that. Okay. So, sorry about that. I have music playing in the background. I have mantras playing, and I just realised one had already finished, so that shows how long this reading's going to be. But it's worth it, okay? As we humans are changing, evolving, evoluting into a higher awareness, Mother Earth and Gaia is doing the same. And as we are all in this together, and yes, lots in the physical appear crazy and they appear dark, and at this time I understand that, but seriously, the darkness has to come to light so it can be seen and dealt with. Nothing can be swept under the rug anymore. Nothing. Your heart is pure. Know that you are being guided and nurtured by Mother Earth. She embraces you with her beauty, with her light, through illuminating. In stars, sacred knowledge and balance comes from her trees. Transform in so many ways between the humans, animals, planets, earth changing, and the energy is new and different, and it is so supportive. So supportive. So reconnect with nature. Reconnect with nature. Have that, when you just look around and you're so grateful for life. You look at nature and go, oh my God. Go to one of those sacred places, somewhere where you just look around and go, wow, I'm so grateful to be able to be here right now. Because those manifestations are powerful. Those kinds of gratitude and thanks does wonders. It does wonders. Okay, so reconnect, grounding, centering. Okay, because we're doing the whole, balancing the worlds within worlds. We need to ground, we need to center. So, it's not time to be going off and making irrational decisions right now. It is time to just slow down, which I know, some people are still in isolation and can't do things. And yep, you've been slow. I understand that, but I mean mentally slow down. I just want to it's just okay. All right. Anyways, let me continue on with Mother Earth here. Okay? Because what she's just wanting is us to see the beauty within us and all around us, okay? Maybe ask yourself, what were you born here to do? To help. What was I here to do? To help the planet. I listen to, the answers that come to me. Write them down and, do something with them. Okay, that's not for everyone out there. That's just for a certain, either one or two, or, that last bit there. But, you were born to do something special. Everyone is. And everyone's here to help this planet in some way. Help Mother Earth. Help Mother Gaia. Every single person. So, maybe just ask yourself that question, and then ask yourself, how do you feel about it? What kind of feelings just comes up about that? Just write things down. Doesn't matter if it seems silly, because it might seem silly now, but when you do reflection, which is so important, you see how far you come. Okay? Now, affirmation. So say out loud, I am dissolving into the oneness of all that is. I am dissolving into oneness of all that is. Okay? That is exactly what is going on. Soul healing is what I just heard. Our fifth card, or our next card, doesn't really matter which, but is the Golden Crown, which is a number 5, which is change. Okay, now this card talks about positive and very beautiful energy. Okay, it is a very positive and very beautiful energy, this card. It talks about celebrating your journey so far. That's that reflection. Celebrate your journey so far and how far you have come. Acknowledge the spirit and personal growth that you have achieved. Spirit wants you to see the positives if you have been very negative lately, which is completely understandable, but it is now time to change that attitude and start to be positive. Because we have synapses in our brain, and you can change them with positive affirmations. So you start to think more positively. That's a physical change, all by your words. Now do you understand how powerful your words are? It hits your cellular structure. What you tell yourself matters. Okay, sorry, that's just, that's for someone. But it matters. We are all here in spirit to rejoice in just how far we have come. Your strength and perspective has paid off and your future is bright. The gift of the golden crown has been placed upon your head in honor of you and what you have achieved already. Be in love. Be in the love that reigns on you, because you deserve it. Like, you deserve it. You are worthy of happiness. You are worthy of that. Now, this might not resonate with everyone, but Spirit wants you to know if you're up for your next adventure, because Spirit is asking for your assistance. Many souls dwell upon this earth and are disconnected from love. They do not know their own worth and see their inner divinity. Spirit is now asking you to help assist in helping humanity see its creative potential, power and light. Guiding others in their inner light requires love, empathy, understanding instead of judgment and judging others, listening instead of speaking, observing instead of, being in this part, like, instead of being in it, because we are a part of one big whole, but yet we are on our own journey. So that's why what you do, what you say matters. It affects everyone. You do have free will. Okay, we are a free will planet. And we are loved unconditionally. If you choose a certain path, you are not loved less for it. As a parent myself, as my children grow up and as they choose their own choices in life, I'm not going to love them any less if they choose a certain path that I wouldn't have picked for myself. I will support them and I will love them unconditionally. And that's exactly how the universe works. We are free-willed and we are loved. And, if you don't want to do something, or, you want to stay in a low vibrational space, that's fine. You have free will to do so. And you'll still be loved sitting in that space. You're not going to be judged for it. Oh, God, so many rants. I just bam. This is just how I'm feeling. There's so many messages that I just feel that need to come out, and this is probably going to be a very long reading, so I do apologize, but it is going to be worth a listen. So please, I'm so happy for you to still be here. Okay, but things are changing. The world's changing and we're changing. Okay, so, with this also, remember that there is clarity coming. So if there's anything that is overwhelming, if there is a situation that's been too daunting, just disconnect from it and know that you will get clarity on that situation. It is coming. Okay, it is coming. The affirmation, say this out loud. I am positively shining with spiritual light, love, and compassion. Illuminating, I inspire others to be blessed, radiance, and that they are truly, truly loved unconditionally. It's a powerful affirmation, that one. This is what I mean. I feel like I'm I'm really in a very slow, you know, I want to get this message out clearly. I don't want to rush it. I want it to be clear, okay? Because there's a lot going on. Because, like, our next card is all about surrendering. All about surrendering. And it's a number 4. Oh my god, I messed up the circle. Okay, it is a number 4. There is another quote. I'm going to say another quote. We are quoting tonight, so I hope we're liking the quotes. Surrender to what is. Let go of what was. Have faith in what will be. See, I thought you'd like that one. See, it's good. I'll say it again. Surrender to what is. Let go of what was. Have faith in what will be. So this June really will be guiding you to surrender to worries, burdens, control over outcomes, you know, and just be with life in its present moment. When you surrender and allow yourself to move forward naturally as it should be with flow, with the flow of life, take the path of the least resistance. If it flows, it goes. If it flows, it goes. Remember that. If it's a struggle and it feels like you're swimming up, you know, upstream, if it feels like you're running uphill, you know, and it's probably a really difficult path, and there is definitely an easier one to take. Okay. This card also talks about resisting the natural cycles of life. Okay, if we do resist the natural cycles of life, it can cause frustration and the feeling of discontent and struggle and abandonment. Trust the cycles of life. For, you know, energy doesn't die. Okay? Just remember that. Just remember that. Everything is divinely orchestrated, intelligent design, and everything happens for a reason. But sometimes it takes time and a different perspective on the situation, outlook, you know, for you to see why that had to happen. Allow Spirit to guide you through it. Just release, let go, forgive, be grateful, and love yourself, okay? Just love yourself. Be kind to yourself. You are important, magnificent in so many ways. So don't let cycles hold you back. Affirmation: I surrender to this moment and trust in Great Spirit to guide my way. I surrender to this moment and trust in Great Spirit to guide my way. This also, if you haven't been motivated, this is just, it's not really to do with that card, but if you haven't been very motivated lately, like I know for me, the last week that I just had has been, I am a Cancer, I like my alone time, but I mean, it was a disconnect week. It was a really connect to myself week, I should say. So like, it was really connecting with myself and releasing lots of things. And you know, the full moon that came in Sagittarius on the 5th of June, it was a doozy. I feel like, you know, not everyone follows the moon cycles, but the energies, you know, are very relevant, and they do affect us, you know, whether you know, people believe it or not. But you know, we are made of energy, so therefore what energy we sit in will affect us. Our next card is a 10, which is completion, and it is shadow self. Now, do not be worried. Okay, I know the title sounds intense, but this is so for the good, okay? And you know what? I'm feeling another quote coming on. Unless you learn to face your own shadows, you will continue to see them in others. Now that's a goodie. I'll say that again. Unless you learn to face your own shadow aspects, you will continue to see them in others around you. I added a few words in there, but you know what? It was necessary. I felt like it. I felt like it. So this card talks about cleansing and clearing. Okay, so the time is to clear and cleanse and avoid, avoid negative energies, like, lower energy situations and people, because you're already going to be getting triggers and things from your shadow aspects. If you hear something in the background, that's my kitten. He just gets into everything, and he's in a playful mood. His name is Casper. Hey Casper, you might as well say hello to everybody. Hello. So if you hear stuff in the background, it's him. Okay, so anyway, sorry about that. But okay, but we are clearing all that was avoided and hidden inside of us. Okay, so anything that has been swept under the rug, we have hidden about ourselves, we've avoided, whatever we have avoided within ourselves or hidden is going to be coming out into the light, so it can be dealt with and cleared, because it is no longer serving you. It is time for healing. And I'm going to say it again, this card talks about healing of the worlds within. That's 3 cards that talk about the healing within. Like healing within worlds. The worlds inside of us. We are healing them. I know not everyone's going to understand the actual dynamic of that, but we don't need to. It's like when you get into a car. Do you know how to put the whole engine together? No, but we learn how to put a key in and turn the ignition and trust that it's going to take us where we need to go. See where I'm getting at there? Okay, so just remember, triggers are going to come up. Challenges can come up, but they're all for the better. Like, if it comes, why is it there? Why is it there? Why did that trigger you? Release the raw emotion that comes to the surface, okay? You need to release that. That raw emotion needs to be looked at with a kind heart and released. Let it come to the surface, because a shift within your world inside of you is changing. Okay, life is changing for the better, for your higher good. Like, see that it is only the situation can seem pressured, but that's just the darkest side of it. There is a better perspective in the way to look at it. It's just sometimes when it comes to the surface, it can feel, lower. But it is necessary to be healed with love. So be gentle with yourself. I know it's continued, but we need to be gentle with ourselves, because we are doing lots of cleansing. Okay, we are cleansing. But we're cleansing because we are elevating our level of consciousness. We are expanding to a new heightened state of awareness, of clarity. Okay? Be assured you are not alone on this journey of life. There is light at the end of the tunnel. I promise. Affirmation. I am healed as I acknowledge all aspects of myself with love and light. And so it is. Thank you, universe. Oh my gosh. Is be still. And as you can tell, it's a number 5. Change. Because of all the change that you are going through, it's time to be still afterwards. Because your body, mind and soul has been through a lot. And it's time to rest and just be still. Okay. There is another quote I am going to quote again. To the mind that is still, the whole universe surrenders. to the mind that is still, the universe surrenders. Pretty cool quote. Okay, I've got to make light, because there is so much going on at the moment, and focusing on putting some positivity out there is what I'm going to focus on at the moment. Sometimes our emotions are felt so deep. Okay, our emotions are felt so deep. There is people that don't feel emotion as deep as others, and that's okay, that's them. But there is lots of people out there that do feel emotion very deeply, and and are sympathetic and empathetic towards others. Okay, you may be having moments of outbursts that express pain and inner rage. Feel the emotion and try to understand why you are reacting that way to that situation. Breathe and be still, quiet your mind and connect to your inner self and ask yourself, why did I react in that certain way to that situation? And let it sink in. See how you respond to that. Okay? See how you respond to that. Because you are a creator of your own world. You are the creator of your reality, what's going on around you, how people treat you, what boundaries have you put up? Have you put healthy boundaries in place? Do you know your worth? Are you showing people your worth? Okay? That's for some of you out there. Just take time to listen to your heart and take a break and focus on you and just be still. And make the inside of you happy. Purely and truly. Not a fake persona. Now the activation for this card is, Great Spirit, lead me to still waters within myself so that I may find peace. Great Spirit, lead me to the waters within myself so that I may find peace. Soul activation. Very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. Now, this is the exciting part, and this is what I haven't been able to do yet on my channel. So what I want to do now, I know this is a long reading, but I want to pull some cards from this little beautiful deck that I have here. These are affirmation cards, so I want this to be more of a personal connection to the viewer. Defense, the need for protection or shelter from oneself or others. Keep hold of success and maintain a position you will... Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Maybe someone, is a bit defensive in the communication, in the throat chakra. Got a bit tongue tight there. The need for protection or shelter from oneself or others. Okay, so for some of you out there, you could be around someone that is a low vibration, is very defensive, or you could be with someone that is with that, however that resonates with you. Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't, okay? But that you need to disconnect from this person. You feeling the need to have protection or to be sheltered. If so, disconnect, and there is help out there to be able to help you get the help you need. Keep a hold of success and maintain a position you have well earned. Okay, so for me, this is also reminding, if you have, if there is something that you have been pursuing and you haven't seen the results yet, they are coming. Don't give up before you see the results, because there will be victory in any legal matters or in any other sector. So regardless, that's obviously for a very small few of you. If you are going through a legal matter right now, the victory is on your side. You are very victorious in this matter. That's not for everyone, but when it comes to this this goal, this maintain, there is victory. Okay, so don't give up. What else do we have for the viewer, please? Please, Spirit, what do we have for the viewer? Oh, there we go. Where is she? Or he? Whatever. It's really not a gender, it's just a card. Anyway, we have Spirit. Oh, can't see. Spirit. Strength and protection surround you. So see, if you have been wanting protection or you feel like you're not protected, you are. And you are protected by Spirit. Okay? Strength and protection surround you. Go forth and stand tall with confidence, because you are filled with Spirit that makes you whole. You shine brightly, and those with negative thoughts towards you will bounce off your protection shield. Just remember also, people's thoughts and judgment are their worries. Don't let them consume you. Other people's thoughts and judgments and worries about you. It doesn't matter what they think. It's about you being happy with you. If someone isn't happy with how you're doing things, if you're doing things purely and they're not happy with it, that's their problem. That's their problem. Because you are doing nothing wrong. They're just, generally, it's jealousy of your happiness, of your light. Keep shining. Oh, keep shining. Don't let them people get to you. Because Spirit is there to protect you, and any negative, people around you, that any thoughts, things, they're just going to bounce straight off you. Don't let them in. There we go. We have flow. Oh, sorry, I'll show you. Flow. Don't let confusion blind you. Okay, so if you are in a situation where, like I said, it's overwhelming, it's now becoming confusing, just let it go, because you don't let it get to the point where it's like blinding you of confusion and what do I need to do. Let it go. Have faith that you will not make the wrong decision or poor judgments. And see, that's what I'm talking about. Even with this whole reading, it's all to do with trusting yourself and knowing you can, just have faith that you know what decision to make, okay, for yourself. There will be new personal growth and healing that will be bringing renewal. I'm not quite sure why all of a sudden I am tongue-tied. For someone out there, you need to speak your truth. Speak your truth. There is something that you're not expressing and it needs to be expressed. And all of a sudden I feel like I can talk again. See? This is what I'm saying. Alright, any more personal messages? Okay, here we go. It is in the most busiest and stressful times that you should stop and keep in harmony with nature and evolution, the elements of air, earth, fire, and water. Look for the signs and symbols that will give you personal power and charge. So what I'm getting from that is that lots of you are getting signs and synchronicities, but you might not be seeing them, okay, because it's so busy and stressful and chaotic. So, take a deep breath, calm down from the chaos, because you are getting signs and synchronicities around you. Okay, let's keep going. Let's get this going, because I know this is a long read. Divine, what do we need to know, please? What do we need to know? What do we need to know, please? Thank you. Oh, Archangel Jeremiah. Wisdom of perception. Beautiful thoughts. Beautiful journey. Communication from other realms. Create, manifest. Okay, I'm just like overwhelmed with emotion right now, but this archangel is helping. We're getting communication from the other realms. Angels are around us, spirit guides are around us all the time. The universe is, communicating with us at all times. Okay, it's just whether we're being too busy to see them, but this archangel is helping us gain the wisdom of perception, to see the better perception of things out of our, lower situations that have happened in our lives. Okay? And know it's a beautiful journey. when we do find that perspective of why things happen or why something happened, the way it did, it becomes a beautiful journey and not so hateful and painful. So lots of people are gaining lots of wisdom on their perception, okay, on how they view certain things. Wow, we have two. Okay, we have, oh my god, another archangel, and it's the same archangel. Wow. Learning and experience, learning and experience, and that is exactly what is going on. If we say, for example, you're not someone that, someone could tell you something and it's like, it sinks in, but it's like you kind of need to experience it to then let it sink in and learn from it. Well, that is exactly what's happening. If there is something that we have avoided to learn or experience, we are going to be going through that. Okay, that's what's going to be happening. It's no more time to kind of be stuck and stagnant. We're just not in that anymore. So many positive adjustments are going to be happening. Okay, crossed over loved one. If you have a crossed over loved one that you have been thinking about and missing, your loved one is around you and loves you and is by your side every single minute of every day. Their energy never leaves you because you loved them. Love never dies. There's lots of healing of emotion, which we already talked about that, but I've got to say it's here again. There is lots of healing of emotion. Okay, for one, there's one over here. Yeah, we're releasing attachments. And okay, we also have, it says cry, release. Remember that it is healthy to cry. It's a form of releasing from the human vessel. When you were born, you came out and did what? Cried. It was a breath of fresh air. You were born and you cried, and that was you knowing you are here. So when we cry, don't see it as a vulnerable bad thing and I'm a crybaby, I cry. It's actually healthy, and the illusion of that is that itself. Oh, crying's for babies, like you're a crybaby. Well, actually, no. I'm actually very connected with myself, and when I cry, I know I release old energy that doesn't serve my body anymore when it comes to pain. Look, tears of joy. It's a form of release and happiness in so many different ways and so many different levels. So if anyone out there has an issue with crying, know that it's not a weakness. Is basically that whole thing I was trying to get to. It is not a weakness. If I need to cry, I will cry. It is nothing to be ashamed about. And that took me a little bit to get through when I was going through those dynamics. I had those same things. I thought I had to be a strong person, and to be a strong person, they don't cry. That's not true. That is not true. Because if a strong person is holding all that weight and they got stuff they need to release, so they're not crying, they're hurting. And they can't be strong if they're hurting. They can't lead if they're hurting. There's lots of deep thinking that's happening at this time. Some people are feeling very sad, and it is understandable, but make sure you move through that emotion. It's not going to stay like that forever. Okay, we had another one come out, and it is, oh my gosh, Akashic Records. This is what I mean, the worlds within worlds. If things aren't going to get amazing, they are going to get amazing. There's no other, that's just how it is. Our Akashic Records, okay, they are already activated, okay, everyone's, whether you're into spirituality or not. The Akashic Records are awakened and are helping us, and we can tap into those records and pull out what we need, what was necessary. Okay, see, knowledge is power. When we learn and know things, that knowledge, then we start to master. No, it's not fearful, like it's not, nothing unexpected come up, because we know. Okay, past life review. Some of you could be tapping into those Akashic Records and having dreams about, past lives. Some of you might need to go get a past life review, reading done. They do sound really amazing. I'm not going to lie. They do sound very intriguing. So if that's something someone's been thinking about, go get that done. Inspired by a past events. Okay, so there could be something from, as a child, you could have had something that was very, interesting to you. It was not a hobby, but it was like a passion. And some of you could be picking that passion back up, okay? That's what I got from that, inspired by past events. Something that was passionate that you let go of, and, you might have been thinking about pulling it back up, and yes, do so. Okay, so that's from the Divine. I'm going to pull one card from Spirit. These are Spirit messages, Oracle. Spirit, what messages do we need to know, please? What messages do we need to know at this time? Or message? Messages or message, please, Spirit. Oh, beautiful. We have love. Love is the foundation of your existence, and you're just as worthy of receiving and you are of giving love and compassion. While love can be a beautiful emotion, it is equal a form of energy through your life. Okay, look, this is exactly what we were talking about before with the give and receiving. That's why it's important in any aspect of the giving. If you're loving too much and you're not receiving that love back, that's giving too much of yourself. Do you see what I mean by the giving of the giving and the take? It's got so many aspects to it, but love coming up right now is showing to me, and what I'm getting is that so much of the dynamics of relationships and love and what love is meant to be like is changing. People are finding those true connections that are real, are unconditional. Unconditional means that it is love without conditions. It's not controlled. It's just loving and growing and understanding and wanting nothing but the best for each other. Not who controls who. Because at the end of the day, no one controls anybody. We are all free-willed, and we're meant to be purely living. So when you're in a relationship, the dynamic should be, you're not there because you need to be. It's because you want to be. Now, if that's not your dynamic, that's what needs to change out of that survival mode. Okay. Woo! Damn, Spirit. Okay, alright, last one. And what this is making magic. Okay, so what I wanted to know is just one card. What magic are we making this month? Can we get a positive up in here? Yes, we can. So I thought, to end it all, what is one making magic card? Okay, what magic are we making in June? Oh my god. Oh my god. Spirit. That is just, look, oh my gosh. Between having two, the Archangel came out, Archangel Jeremiah, and he came out twice, and then to have Spirit come out twice. We are so divinely guided right now. Spirit is all around us and wants nothing but the best for us at this time. We just need to believe and have faith. Okay, Spirit, heavenly assistance from your angels and guides, which is exactly what I just said. Look, it's beautiful. Look, being human, we're so used to saying, I'll believe it when I see it. What a quote that is. I'll believe it when I see it. Well, when it comes to spirituality, if you don't believe it, you won't see it. It's just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not real. When someone coughs on you, you know germs are flowing in the air. Can't see them. It's the same with spirit. Just because you can't see spirit, just because you don't know what and who, does not mean it's bad, does not mean it's not there at all. It's there, but it's very loving, and it's there to touch your hand if you want it. Okay, so this month spirit is going to be so magical, and to me, I'm getting there's going to be lots of surprises. So even though all this healing's going on, even we talked about all this fear and the healing with worlds within worlds, there's also a lot of positivity that's going to come out of all this. I'm very excited and happy. Thank you so much for being here. That video I know went forever, and I hope, you all got something out of that, because it meant a lot to me to get this message out. And like I said, I really didn't want to rush it. So thank you all for being here. I'm Earth Angel Healer, because I did not introduce myself at the start because I was so eager to get into the reading. So I am Earth Angel Healer 1111. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. And if you haven't already, subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment. I'll read your comments right back. If you'd like a personal reading with me, the email is down below, and I can do a personal reading for you. But this is the energy for the collective for the month of June. Thank you for being here. Bye, beautiful souls.